Shrek the Third has Shrek looking for King Arthur to be king for Far, Far Away, while Prince Charming is taking over Far, Far Away to hunt down Shrek. So the positives on this movie are the animation is pretty good. So far, this might be the movie with the best animation in the series. 3 movies in. It's polished, it's good, looks good, so it's actually really good. I do think I think it's gotten better with every movie so far with the animation. And another positive is I like hanging out with the Shrek characters. It's fun hanging out with Shrek, Donkey, and Puss in Boots. They're fun. They're fun characters to be around. And it's just fun to watch another Shrek movie. That's it for positives. On to the mixed. The whole body swap with Puss and Donkey is funny. However, it would have been better if they focused more on that comedy, because that is actually pretty funny. And they could have used, like, a lot more characters. That could have been a cool and unique comedy style to this movie. But it's really only in the final 20 minutes of the movie. They probably also could have done, like, a really cool twist of, like, Shrek and Fiona switched bodies. Prince Charming comes in, thinks he found Shrek, but he really only has Fiona, where he needs Shrek, who's actually in Fiona's body. That could have been pretty cool. So it's just not utilized very well, and it's not in the movie a whole lot in the movie. Now on to the negatives. And I honestly don't have that many negatives. So I mean, like, it's, the first negative is Prince Charming being the villain in this movie might actually be the least interesting villain of the franchise. He's in Shrek 2, and he is funny for being this childish prince, and just bringing this childish comedy to the movie, compared to the fairy godmother. So he's actually, he bounces off of the fairy godmother very well in Shrek 2. Here, he just feels like a child and is acting immature with putting on a play to kill Shrek. And even he's made to be the butt of the joke in the movie. Like, there was one in the middle, and then, like, at the end when they're doing the play to kill Shrek, Shrek is making fun of him. And that's not funny. That's not intimidating. I'm not intimidated by the villain. So it's just not really, Prince Charming doesn't really make a good villain. And I mean, like, the only other negative is it's just kind of a lackluster, cheap, and boring movie. Like, at this point, it kind of got pretty boring. The first one, really funny and awesome. Second one is a legit good movie sequel and really builds upon the first movie. That is, Shrek 2 is really good. This one is just kind of like, I feel like we're just going through the motions. So I just don't think we really needed a third movie. The Shrek franchise might have actually been better if it was only the 2 movies, Shrek and Shrek 2. It actually would have been a really cool 1-2 punch with those first 2 movies. This one is just pretty boring, so in the end, it really doesn't have the magic as the first 2 movies, but I honestly think it's still watchable, and I would watch it if I binge watched the franchise. Like, I honestly do not hate this movie. I don't dislike the movie. Even that, I don't even dislike the movie. Like, I like it. I'd say it's still a fairly good movie. Like, it's a pretty decent, fairly watchable movie. So I think this might be the worst movie of the franchise, but for a franchise, that's actually pretty good. That your worst movie is still watchable. Because, like, how many other franchises can you say where the worst movie is actually watchable? You know, some franchises have some of the worst movies of all time, some of the worst sequels of all time. So here, your worst movie being watchable is actually pretty good. So I can actually enjoy it if I binge watch the franchise. So it's not a really great sequel to Shrek 1 and 2, but on its own, I think it's perfectly fine. So Shrek the Third is a decent movie. That's my review on Shrek the Third. Thanks for watching.